Gaming's grown rapidly in the past 10 to 20 years. Well, I think this will honestly eventually become bigger than actual sports.
What's up, Brandon? What's up, Logan?
When I started watching him play and I would go into his room and see him talking to his friends, I realized he was creating a whole community online.
Go! Go, Troy, go! It teaches me how to be a leader and learn stuff quickly and adapt.
It was clicks! I just want pump clicks!
My name is Devin, I go by Duster Online, and I'm a professional gamer. For my dual PC setup, this is my gaming PC and that's my stream PC right there. In my gaming PC, I have a 3080. It's pretty much decked out with like max specs. You don't have to have the top of the line, obviously, especially for Fortnite. Fortnite isn't a super intensive game. If you want to play Fortnite, you don't have to have these type of specs. But I play a bunch of different games and a lot of them are super intensive on your computer, so I have to have good specs. But for Fortnite, I mean, all you really need is like a 1080. I mean, you could have a 1060 and play it just fine. Setting up a stream is honestly pretty easy. Getting everything ready, obviously I have to like pay for an artist to like set up all of my scenes and everything, like my face cam outline and my starting stream and all that. So obviously it's a pretty big process, but like the actual streaming aspect of it is pretty easy. So like if you are just wanting to start a stream, I mean, literally all you have to do is open up your game, put it on there and stream. I had been streaming for years and I didn't really know anything about streaming. I didn't know what affiliate was, I didn't know what partner was. I kind of just naturally grew my community. So when I got affiliate, it was a pretty big deal for me because I was just really happy that I was finally starting to gain a community that would support me and everything I do.
I can't say.
Duster was your typical, kid. He was into everything. He was into soccer, he did fencing, but the one thing that he really enjoyed was playing video games. And that was something that was introduced to him at a very young age in our house.
My dad introduced me to Halo. I played it pretty much all day, every day. So I got into PC gaming probably around the time that Fortnite came out. It was pretty bad, honestly. I was worse than most probably when they started off. It was like the first game I'd ever really seriously played on a computer. But I practiced for hours every day.
That was face replays, Dad, thieves, let's freaking go!
Slowly he started getting into the competitive side of it, and that's what became his real love.
We ended up going to PAX South in 2019. There was this booth and it was like a 1v1 booth and it was like 1v1 a pro, and I ended up beating both of the pros they had there. And my mom saw it and there was another pro there who's actually one of my really good friends now. And they're like, oh, you have some serious potential to actually become pro at this game.
He popped off there and caught a lot of people's attention because he was obviously very good. But it also I started meeting people and I realized this was a whole new industry and there were so many fun things going on. And at first he wasn't actually old enough to compete because the rule at first was 16 and up. So in the first Winter Royale, he actually qualified, but he got kicked out because he was too young.
Let's go!
The tournaments right now are mostly team tournaments. I'm an IGL, so I'm what they call an in-game leader for Fortnite, and pretty much I make all the big choices on like what to do, where to go, where to land, all that type of stuff. So I need to find usually a fragger and a support. If I have a dedicated team at the time, I'm usually practicing even in the off season quite a bit, but we are definitely practicing more before tournaments. Being an IGL or being like a coach is actually quite hard, especially for games like Fortnite, since there's always stuff changing. So I'm constantly having to review, bod review, just look over stuff and just adapting to everything that's new. I usually wake up around 10 and I'm starting school around 10:30 and I finish around 2, I guess. So then I get on after that. I'm pretty much on all day until I go to bed.
A day in Devin's life starts much later than his day used to start, because prior to this, he was actually a competitive figure skater. So my son was used to getting up at 3:30 or 4 every morning to go to an ice rink. Now we switched to gaming, and he often goes to bed at that time. But we've just adjusted our schedule to fit that. And now he gets up later, he gets up around 10, focuses on school first, and then he focuses on practice. And then after that is kind of some downtime, getting in some exercise.
For physical training, I just run on my treadmill, or I'll do that core. I have like a little core thing over there that helps me just strengthen my core.
One of the things that's really tough about having a gamer is keeping them physically active. My son was super physically active before he got into gaming, and at first it was really hard for us because he wasn't being as active. We have a trampoline that we put to good use on it, and he still likes to get out there and play on that. I think my proudest moments have just been watching him grow, especially streaming. He is a streamer who is very inclusive of all, everybody who comes into his community. He doesn't allow bullying in his community at all. I'm really proud to watch him do that because everybody who comes in feels welcome. Everybody has a chance to play.
Let's go! Let's go! Oh my!
That shirt up there is from Junior Rogue. I was in Junior Rogue last year. It's a really cool program. They taught me a bunch of stuff about gaming and how to be a leader and everything like that.
He really wanted to start focusing on streaming full-time. And I thought, okay, let's see if we can make this work, because this was something he really was passionate about. And I realize now that he was learning more here than he could learn in a traditional classroom. He was learning stuff about networking with people, he was learning about business, he was learning about marketing a brand. And so I decided to jump in with him and help him do it.
My mom's been super supportive since that day, and she's ended up making a whole organization with the help of some other parents about how, having parents that support gamers.
A lot of people definitely question my sanity on letting my kid, stop regular school. Duster's very smart. He was doing really well in school. When you start explaining to people what he's doing and what he's learning, and if I can actually get people to go watch him stream, they completely understand immediately.
I had been streaming since 2017, since I started playing, but it wasn't like serious streaming. I would stream like once a month.
Someone clip that! Holy crap!
But I pretty much learned more about streaming, got more into it, I guess, at the end of 2019. And that's when I bought a webcam, and I truly learned the audio and what was behind all the streaming and the setup behind it and what I needed to have a good setup for streaming and everything.
My hopes for his gaming career are just that he learns from it and that he has fun. So I don't know where this is really going to end up. I don't know if he's going to continue on pro gaming, if he's going to continue streaming, but he has learned so much here that it doesn't really matter.
I do it because I enjoy it. I like streaming. I want it to become a career eventually, but at the moment it's just a fun thing for me to do that I just personally really enjoy. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.